You say that about everyone.
What do you mean I say that about everyone?
It doesn't matter. I'll tell you later.
Well, no, it does matter. This is the coming out episode. Bring it on. No? Okay. Anyhow, next question. You have a question?
I don't have a question. The other thing that I found that was really, I thought brave was, a couple of writers that I'm really fond of, at around the same time a couple years ago, both, came out as in relationships with women. That was completely unexpected because both had written books about being married to men. And both had always just been with men. And they were both older. And one of the ladies is the infamous, the most amazing, one of the ladies that I look up to more than anyone is Liz Gilbert. Elizabeth Gilbert wrote Eat, Pray, Love. She wrote Big Magic.
Did you really just call her Liz Gilbert?
I did, because that's what she calls herself on Instagram. That's where I read it from. Shut up. Anyway, so she was talking today. She had a picture of Rhea. Rhea died, I think last year, 2018 maybe. And it wasn't until Rhea was diagnosed with terminal cancer that Elizabeth Gilbert figured out that she did not just love her best friend, but she was in fact in love with her best friend. And so she left her marriage and started a life with Rhea in the last couple years of her life, and it was an incredibly brave and poignant thing for her to do, because sometimes your feelings can be hidden from you, and sometimes it takes something like that that's that brave for you to live your best life. And so she was talking about that on Instagram today, and she was talking, what really stood out to me was about how grateful she was that she lived in a society where it was safe for her to do so, where it was safe for her to be able to come out without worrying about backlash or being ostracized or being criticized or being violently hurt and, hunted down and things like that. And those are all things that have happened in the past. Those are all things that people have to worry about, and to this day, there are countries in this world where you cannot do that. And it is something to be grateful for, to live in a country where we can,
As of right now.
As of right now, we can come out and say, I love who I love, and it doesn't matter, and, you can be open and proud about who you are without repercussion, and that's just something to be grateful for. And so I just wanted to bring that up and be grateful for the moment that I can live in a country and live in a world where I can fall in love with a woman and be with a woman, and there's not going to be any really big backlash against me for doing that, for following my heart.
You mean no backlash by the government?
Right. Or by people who are angry at me wanting to hurt me because of it.
Those exist still, though?
I'm sure. I'm sure they do. I know that they do in Dallas. Dallas is going through some really tough things right now.
They exist. Have you been to Pride?
I have been.
You don't see those people out there preaching and...
It's been over 10 years.
Oh, they're there every year.
I don't remember seeing them when I went.
Yeah. They're there. And they protest homosexuality.
You mean like Westboro Baptist Church?
Mm-hmm. They're there every year. When I was in high school, I was the only one out. And then after I came out, everybody started coming out. But for some reason, I was the one that was getting harassed more than the other women. I don't know why. But I had rocks thrown at me. I've been chased with a fucking screwdriver. Got called a dyke. And it's just... I don't know. I'm just so... If it's not one thing, it's another thing. Like, with harassment and all that. It's either I'm Mexican, or it's because I'm a woman, or I'm queer, or because of the way that I look. I'm very androgynous looking. It has to be... It's not one thing or another that I'm hated upon, and it's just kind of like, as you get older, you just kind of like deal with it. Because it's all you can really do.
Yeah.
So, in this day and age, though, they're there hating on us. But the more concern is the trans women that are getting murdered.
That's scary. That's what scares me. And then the transophobia, I guess, that's so prevalent in today's society. And, like, rights are being taken away.
Mm-hmm.
And what's going on in the Supreme Court right now? It's all just... We're on a thin wire for everything that we have. And it's a hard fought for wire. But you never realize how close you are to the edge.
It's like, who are they going to come after next?
Yep.
But today we shouldn't be sad about it. It's National Coming Out Day. If you're out and about, congratulations for coming out. If you're still in the closet, it's okay. Come out when you want to, if you ever want to. That's all up to you. That's your choice. So...
It's really hard to know when is the right time to come out. It's really hard to be... You know, and it's okay, no matter where you are in your walk and where you are in your story. Take the time you need to figure it out. And if you are dragged out and you don't come out of your own volition, I'm sorry. And I love you no matter what. And it's really hard.
Is it really hard to concentrate with the dog crying outside the door?
She's fine.
Who is it, Mocha? Or Luna?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Or Kayla.
It's one of the three. Those are the 3 dogs that we have right now.
Yes, it is.
It's my weekend with the dogs.
The stinky dogs.
Yeah, but they really love each other, and they were so excited to see each other.
They were playing and jumping and being crazy.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, we've had an eventful week.
Oh, yeah.
I am so glad that it's over and we have a couple days off.
Yes. Do you want to get into that?
We can get into that. So, we have been swimming almost every night this week. And yesterday, we decided to go to the pool a little early so that we could actually go swimming in the daytime. That was going to be a treat because it gets cold at night when we get out of the pool. And we didn't want to be cold. So, the kids both jump in the pool and we're still, getting ready. And then I go to get in the pool, and then I go back and wait for Tisa, and my daughter sees me, and she runs out of the pool and starts running across the pool deck to us, slips and slides into the lounge chairs, right into me and Tisa, and is giggling on the floor. We're like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" She's like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm like, okay, are you sure? Because that was a hard hit. We want to make sure you're okay. And so she goes to stand up, and she can't. She cannot put any weight on her ankle at all. So we're like, there's something wrong here. You're not okay, and we gotta go. So we took the girl to urgent care.
And I carried her on your back.
I did. I carried her on my back out to the car because she couldn't walk. And you haven't heard a little girl laugh so much as she laughed in that urgent care. While she was getting x-rays, it was like between tears and laughter. We were somewhere in between. And they took the x-ray, and the doctor pulls me in the room, and he shows me the slides, and he's like, look, this line right here, that's the growth plate, because she's still growing. And, but this corner of the growth plate right here, this looks funny to me. He said, this looks like it's broken. And so we're going to play it like it's broken. Because it's very subtle, and it might not be broken. It might just be sprained real bad. But we're going to play it like it's broken. And just to be on the safe side. So they had to put a splint on her. They gave her crutches. They told her she couldn't walk on it. And
she cried the most when she got told she can't go to school.
Yeah, that's when she cried the most. She'll see the doctor again on Tuesday because Monday's a holiday. She's been sitting. She's supposed to keep her ankle elevated, but she's 12 and distractible. She's in a lot of pain. She still can't put much weight on it. She's trying to convince herself that it's not broken.
But every time she puts her foot down, it's on it on accident. She's crying.
And it's obvious she's in a lot of pain.
It's definitely broken.
So, this is our life for the past 2 days.
Besides you guys hearing us all frustrated with each other the other night, and then the next night was last night we were going to put out another podcast, but we were too busy taking care of the girl.
Uh-huh.
But I'm just needy right now. Ish. But I also got fucking medical records.
You did get your medical records. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, because they say that I have a lawsuit, but malpractice is 2 years, it says online. But I have PMDD, I've discussed before. And when I was diagnosed in 2013 to 2014, I was going a lot to the doctor. Apparently they had diagnosed me with anxiety disorder, and I remember that a little bit, and they had prescribed me Ativan, and I remember getting prescribed allergy medication because they said I got diagnosed with allergies, and I was surprised. I'm like, I've lived here my whole entire life, and I've never had allergies, and they're like, well, you can get allergies as you get older, you can all of a sudden have them. And I was like, okay. And then I was going, because I was like, I think I have PMDD, and we went through over questions and everything like that. So I was like, maybe I'll get my MMJ card. So I was like, I'm going to request my medical records. So last week we put the request in. I received them yesterday, and as I gave them to Amanda to read, she said, you were diagnosed with fibromyalgia? And I'm like, what? So that was something they didn't tell me. They said something about a thyroid issue, and they also didn't tell me about that. The only thing that they were concerned about was my PMDD and the depression that comes with the PMDD. They were concerned about that, and they wanted me to go to a neurologist to get checked, because I was having also pain. That was very sensitive. The back of my head was very sensitive, and I think that's a fibromyalgia fucking symptom, because the back of my head, the base right in the back of my head would be so sensitive to hot water or cold water. I don't remember which. It was one or the other, and now I think about it, I believe that might be a fibromyalgia fucking symptom. But I didn't know. So, but one of my friends was like, that's a malpractice, and I looked it up, and it's not. And how do I feel about it? It explains the fucking pain that I'm in, because the pain is always there, but I just deal with it every day. But I'm fine. If I have to change my diet, I'll do it. Because this pain really sucks. And I've been living with it for